Greetings, my golden friends. So today we have a new video, second video in a row. I think this is the first time in my life, but it's a big day. December 22nd, 2020. Think about it. December 22nd, 2020. And today, this is the most important video that I personally recorded on this channel ever. So if you've been following me for a while, this is it. This is the video you've been waiting for. This is the most important video ever I recorded. And it's, how do I explain this? It's a very experiential. Like, I experienced it myself today, first time in my life. So I'm sharing this today with you because this is it. This is the top of the top, the highest of the highest knowledge. And it's just a preview for myself, but I know I'm on the right track. So I want to share this experience with you. We're going to talk about Kechari Mudra. And it's not mudra done with your fingers. It's a mudra that is done with your tongue. So grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, because I've been writing things down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages since just yesterday. And I've been practicing first and second Kechari Mudra for a long time. It's been years now. But today I was able, no, yesterday I was able to break through the fear, or maybe not even not fear. It was not knowing that I can use just a finger to help my tongue to go in the right direction. So it was much easier than I thought. And oh my God, this is an experience today. So the most important video. And I really hope that good people are watching this video. And if you feel within yourself that I'm not a really good person, you can stop right now, turn it off, and walk away. Just don't watch it, because we better not share this knowledge with people who might use it for evil. So I'm really hoping, because I think we are getting closer to the daytime of the huge daytime. So more and more people are really awakening, and they want to create good and light and beautiful things. And no matter how crazy it is, it's just the darkness losing its game right now. So it sounds like chaotic a little bit, but everything is good. I mean, we're on the right track. So most people are turning towards the good side. They don't want to be playing a bad game anymore. But still, if you feel inside yourself, I'm not ready for this beautiful technique, I don't want to become powerful and start using this power for negative, just walk away. Just yourself. I know within yourself there is a goodness. Even in dark, evil ones, you have the goodness within. But on the other side, I think the dark forces, they already know this technique. They've been practicing. They've been sharing with their dark, evil friends. And they know it very well how to use it. But it was not much visibility for the rest of the population. Until recently, a few years ago, you start seeing it in the books, videos. Like, I'm not the first person who's talking about this Kechari Mudra, but I hope this video will help some of you to share this knowledge. You can share this video, record it. If you never copied videos, you can record it, save it. But better yet, when you write it down with your pick, you have it. In case the EMP and something goes wrong and you don't have internet, or you don't have electricity, you have it. So now you can learn it, and you can be the one. So, and after I pushed my tongue yesterday, and today I was practicing this walk today. Oh my God, I felt like it's snowing today in Belarus. It's very cold. And I just wanted to take my shoes off and go barefoot on the snow. And it was not just like a, oh, quick desire. It was just like a, you can do it. Like you would be able to do it without any pain. It's just like, you're going to enjoy it. I didn't do it, but I was like, just the idea it was in me was so, I was so sure. You become super powerful. You start to awaken your superpowers. Like even if I was naked, no clothing, I would not be freezing, but it was cold. So once I passed that point, okay, so let's begin. Tongue. Let's talk about the tongue. So when you are in the mother's womb and you start growing, the first organ that it's uh, completed within the mother's womb is the heart. And you have that beating heart. You know, if you have the beating heart full of love, you're alive. You feel good. But the second organ that starts forming after the heart, guess what it is? The very second organ is your tongue. So you're supposed to speak the words full of love. Speak the words of God with your tongue. And also you're supposed to do something with the tongue once you grow up and develop as a human being. So it's your second organ. So that's how powerful it is. Your heart is in the cage, rib cage. So you can't get it out and um, touch it, kiss it, or do something. But the tongue, you can actually see, you can touch it, you can do things with it. And more than anything, you can eat food. And if you think about it, if you don't eat, you die. So you're supposed to eat food, and tongue gives you pleasure of food. Certain foods you'll say, "Oh, I don't like it," because your heart it doesn't belong to your heart, you know. And certain people like this food, certain people don't like. So the diet is kind of important to develop a good taste for life. So in this practice, you need a long tongue. Believe it or not, yes, you need a long tongue. So if you can touch your nose with your tongue, it's already probably much easier for you to practice this mudra. Um, and then all you need for Christmas is your two front teeth, So this lower bottom teeth, which is very sharp, they also your good friends in this technique. So you can, because the tongue at the base, it has the tissue that is connecting it to the base. So as you practice this mudra, you want to start cutting it down slowly every day. I mean, it takes years to practice this mudra to get to the top of the top prize, Like on the Christmas tree, you have that star. So you have that star within you, that star that is, in India, they place the dot, orange, yellow, or red, right between the eyebrows, a little bit above. That's the frontal opening of your third eye, your pineal gland. And that's where you want to reach it behind, within you, with your tongue. I know it sounds fantastic and probably impossible, but everything is possible. So all you want for Christmas is your lower teeth. So when you want to cut that base, some people use the blades and all that stuff, but they say it's better to do all things naturally. So this practice is when you stick your tongue and smack it against the bottom teeth. So you basically throwing the tongue as low as the chin. And when you do that, you gently cut with your lower teeth the base of the tongue, so it gives room for it to not disattach. You don't want to disattach your tongue, but I made myself laugh. But you want to free it from the base so it can go up your nasal passages, but you're not going into your nose. You always go at the back door towards the top, using the back door. So, so that's the practice. You click just like this, and we'll shave off the base of your tongue, well, the bottom part. I'm not sure what the proper name for it, but you will start cutting it, so it will free itself, so you can go up into your nasal passages up. But there's a different entrance there, of course. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. And then the other thing you can do, get yourself a cloth, or in the shower, you can take your tongue and just play with it, move it on the bottom teeth, almost like a milking motion. You can do that, like you're milking a cow. You can milk your tongue to stretch it, elongate it, and also cut that part that you want to not get rid of, but slowly, gently release. And you can use a cloth and grab the tongue with the cloth. And just stretch it that way. But be ready for lots of saliva. And by the way, when you have this, when you start going up, first, second, third, and four, there are 4 or even 5 Kechari Mudras, depending how far you go. So don't rush this process. It might take years and years, maybe even lifetimes for some people. And as you develop, the tongue gets longer, it goes up and up and up, and you start. And today I experienced this because I was able to push my tongue inside behind the uvula, and as I was laying down, because when you lay down, it's easy because everything comes down, so the tongue naturally falls backwards as you're laying down. And as I was massaging inside where I never was before for years, I was able to feel almost like I'm massaging my brain. It was such a weird, pleasurable, super pleasurable sensation. I mean, you're going to forget about drugs immediately. That DMT and pot and marijuana, all that stuff will be like nonsense, because you get that pleasure and it's free and it's you. And once you have that salivated mouth, you swallow it and then push your tongue back again, continue working it. They say if you're not eating food, if you're not kissing somebody, which is also good, you want to do this practice, Kechari Mudra, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, that's that. Okay, so before I start on this note, let me actually get into points where you place your tongue. So the first point, Kechari number 1, it's right behind the front teeth. So right behind the front teeth, you see the hard and the wavy. What is the word? Okay, the word is palate. Okay, so the palate, the hard palate right behind the teeth, you can place your tongue there, and this is called the moon spot. So it's a cool spot. So I guess in the summertime when it's super hot, you can use that spot to stimulate with your tongue right behind the teeth. You can go up and down a little bit, and it's a moon spot. Also, if you are very hot, if you live in Africa or Florida, you can roll your tongue into the circle and breathe through it. Inhale through it and exhale through the nose. Inhale through the tongue and exhale through the nose. That's a breathing technique which is called sitali breath, cooling breath. Okay, so that's the first point, moon. So the second spot is your sun spot. Most people can do it too. So if you look at in your palate, well, it's hard to look, but if you use your tongue now and go beyond the hard palate right in front of, behind the teeth, you're going to find the soft. And right in that center, so for example, this is my fingers here. And imagine these fingers are the front teeth. Then this part, the fingers, is the hard palate, and my palm is a soft palate. So right in the center between the hard and soft, there is a dot. It's very small. It's like quarter of an inch, depending on the person. Of course, some large people, some small people, children. Children can practice this mudra. So right in that center, you want to place that tongue and stimulate that dot. It looks like a droplet of water. Actually, when you do those sacred geometry artwork, yeah. Okay, so this is it. So in the sacred geometry, you see this centerpiece. That's how it actually looks like, but much smaller. Okay, and here's a lot of them. You can see a lot of them. They all 60-degree from the circle. It's 6 of them within each circle, and that's what that second mudra, Kechari number 2. That's a sun. So it actually will heat up your body. Sun will heat up. So you have all the elements within your body. You have the moon, you have the sun, you have all the elements: fire, water, air, sound, all sound that you express yourself with the vishuddha, your throat, your neck. So that's the second part I've been practicing for a long time, a couple of years. And yesterday I think I watched like a marathon, 7 or 9 videos on the row, Kechari Mudra, from different people talking about the same thing. And I think you should do it too. You watch my video, do the writing, take your notes, practice. Of course, practice is most important. You can talk the talk is cheap, but practice, that's what will make the difference. So that's the second part. You stimulate it, you suck your tongue to the top of the palate and you push it. So basically, okay, so this is the second part. Your tongue is coming up to the palm, to the palate, and touches it. So it's right next, it's not doing it this way. It's doing it this way. So it comes up and it right at that center spot, and you stimulate it. So basically, somebody told me, I'm not sure how true it is, it's like tongue is your male sexual organ and the palate is the female sexual organ, and you actually having sex when you connect them together. It's a very pleasurable experience, and the deeper you go, the better it is. Just like in sex, I think. So the stimulations releases this soma rasa, which is the nectar of immortality. It starts with a very salty taste at first, and then it becomes very sweet. So you want to continue practicing until your saliva becomes super sweet. Your words will be so sweet when you speak to people. Okay, so that's the second part. And then when you're ready, you can push your tongue with the finger. That's what I did yesterday. I was like, why am I wasting my time trying to do it with the tongue itself? And I don't want to cut with a blade the base of the tongue. How I just help myself with the finger? And I did yesterday because somebody in one of the videos suggested, and I was like, oh my God, it works. So I pushed it, it slips. It was at first, lots of saliva. I'm gonna warn you, once you pass that alveolar and you get deep into it's not a throat, but it's a nasal cavity, and you keep on going, but you're not gonna go forward into your nose. You're gonna continue going back doors up to your pineal gland. That's your goal, to reunite your tongue, your tongue is still connected right now to the heart. Physically, your tongue is connected to the heart. So imagine once you connect your heart and your brain, what happens? The union. It's a beautiful union. It's amazing union. So once you have that connection, which is you connected to source, you can call it God, you can call it source. It's your intranet. Not internet, it's intranet, internal network within your body. So once you connect it yourself, you're connected to God, you're connected to source. So if you lose this internet and this video by means of EMT, whatever they call it, you can still connect yourself to the source. So learn this technique. It's very, very important. The most important thing to connect yourself to God or source gradually. It takes years. You need to elongate your tongue, do whatever you have to do. Practice, don't rush, but continue practicing. And then you will find out what it does really mean to be a human. Because right now it's a question number one. What does it mean to be human? Because some demigods or demons, they want us to become robots. And then you will completely forget what it is to be a human. Knowing everything within yourself, knowing that you are the source, you are the chosen one. This is a question of our time. What does it mean to be human? Can you find out? So as you push higher and higher with your tongue, it feels like impossible you can reach ever this pineal gland, your third eye. But but keep on pushing. Just like in sexual experience, when you have sex, you keep on pushing, pushing, and both partners enjoy when you go super deep but gentle. Well, I'm not gonna argue. Some people like it hard, but you keep on pushing, and that experience, like, oh my God. So that's how it feels when you go with your tongue within yourself. I mean, this is the best. This is the best metaphor I can use. Same, I think, as life. When you live your life, sometimes it feels like, oh my God, it's impossible to live in this world. How can we live? It's, you have bears in the forest that can eat you, wolves, you have snakes in the desert, you have sharks in the ocean. But you keep on pushing, you keep on pushing, you keep on living, you keep on living, and you're like, oh my God, I am immortal being. I keep on going, I keep on going. So that's what this mudra gives you. It gives you keep on going, keep on going. It's all right. You will get there. You will get to that high point. You thought it was impossible with your tongue, but yes, it will be possible. So you think it's challenging to be on Earth human now? Whew. Can you imagine? Once, before it was just snakes, bears, sharks, wolves. But now, get ready. You're going to have robots, Terminator robots, walking around the streets. How can you control them? Think about it. So you can connect yourself to God with this Kechari Mudra, very important mudra. This mudra is done not with your fingers, because most mudras is you connect your fingertips, or there's many complicated mudras that you can do with your hands, all sorts of things that you can do. This mudra is one of my favorite. It's for the heart. But I'm not going to be talking about these mudras right now. This is it. Kechari Mudra. So connect to God, become a God. And you probably have heard this before many times. You just need to talk to God. You just need to pray. You just, some people say, oh, he's been touched by God. Well, touched with the tongue by God. God is on the tip of your tongue. So when you speak with the tip of your tongue, silence is golden. How many times you heard that phrase? Silence is golden. Because you're using our tongue to do the work. So if you're not eating, if you're not kissing somebody, if you're not talking, silence is golden. Practice this mudra all the time. They even say you can sleep with this mudra. So once you stick your tongue inside, you practice the ujjayi breath, that hissing breath through the nose. It's actually much easier to feel that sound of hissing sound of ujjayi. Ujjayi breath means breath of victory, victorious breath. So the reason it is so secret, it's been so secret for a long time, because you can connect to source, the highest source, and become just like God, or you can become demon-like, demon. So that's a duality we have. You have the same source, but some people use this source for good, some people use the source for bad. Night and day, we have duality all the time. And I think we are ending the night time right now, like it's a thousands of year cycle, and we enter into a very long period of daytime. So it's going to be like thousands of years of golden age. That's why I always say, greetings, my golden ones, because I'm recording these videos for golden ones who are uh, choosing to be good, golden ones. So prepare yourself, practice. So even the best of us in the past, the brightest ones of us, they were darkened because of this age. It was very dark age, And now we are entering into this daytime cycle. They call it Aquarius age, which is approaching. But the demonic humans who rule the earth, they won't give up easy. They don't want to give up their power. And they, more than likely, they know this Kechari Mudra and they've been practicing it and using it to deceive, lie, steal, kill, rape. I mean, what else you can do? All sorts of evil things, right? So stretch your tongue, click it to cut the base. I do not recommend to use any kind of knives and sharp objects because most people agree that you should grow naturally without speeding up this process. Maybe that's what happened to these evil demonic forces. They wanted to reach there so fast that they start using the knives, and once they taste the blood, oof, once you taste the blood, I think hunters, when they find a bear who's been coming to the people's homes and stealing chickens and doing kinds of damage to their homes, they organize and they decide they have to mark this bear and kill that bear because it will continue coming back and hurting children and wives. So I think the same thing goes with humans. When we get to the dark side, you cannot return sometimes. You get so dark that it's just impossible. So that's why death happens. You do next life. You continue practicing. You keep on growing until you reach that goal, connection with God. Because people think, oh, life is just nonsense for nothing. No, there is a goal in life. You need to reach that goal. You need to reunite with God. Doesn't matter who you are, male or female, tall or short, you need to reconnect with God. And the tongue is the key. So keep on pushing your tongue up, up, up until you reach the highest point. But I'll tell you at the end that you cannot really reach the top with breathing. You cannot breathe. At the very last point, Kechari number 4 or 5, some call it, that's the part that you inhale, you hold the breath, and you push the tongue to the top, and you don't breathe. And you stimulate, you connect. So you do the touchdown, game over. We use these silly sports, and that's what the dark demonic force has been pushing us aside. That don't work on your body. It's actually evil. Most people believe yoga is evil. It's horrible for you. You have to be afraid of it. So go play the game. Touchdown. There's game on the TV, but this is your internal game. You have to touch down with your tongue, with your heart. Touch down the brain, pretty much. The back door of the brain. So those who talk don't know. Those who know do not talk. So I talk about this because I do not know yet, because I was not able to touch down yet. But I am getting closer, and I'm helping you to get there. Prematurely, because if I was already there, it would be probably much more easier for me to explain what it is and how to get there. But I'm doing my best. I hope you press a like and subscribe to this channel. Yeah, my name is Alexander, last name Nairanovsky, but I'm not sure if this is my real spiritual name. This is my name by the birth certificate. Part of me wants to rename myself. What will it be? Any suggestions? Please write some nice comments. So I think Buddha is another enlightened being. He knew this Kechari Mudra. So there's a story that there was an elephant, very angry, enraged, running down the street, throwing things around, oranges and potatoes or whatever they had, the vegetables in the market. And Buddha was standing in the middle of the road. Everybody was running away, but he was not moved. He was standing there, and with his hand, he stopped the elephant. So again, this is a mudra. When you put your right hand up, it's releasing fear. So he released the fear from the elephant and he stopped this poor animal from running wild, because somebody probably abused that animal or scared the animal. Something happened. So Buddha was able to, with his love and his nice gesture and connection with God, maybe he swallowed his tongue. Literally, that's why they say, why are you silent? Did you swallow your tongue? Yeah, sometimes you need to swallow your tongue. Especially when the cops are talking to you, you need to keep the silence. Silence is golden. So your children, they can do it better than you probably, Kechari Mudra. But also take a look at your children. Are they demonic? Maybe they're playing these games, shooting in the computer games. And when you enlighten them, they're going to be shooting you. So you might not want to teach them yet this technique. They're not ready for it. You have to practice goodness, become good human beings before they can become reconnected with God. So choose wisely who you share this knowledge, but I guess it's on the internet, somebody will find it who is interested. This technique of Kechari Mudra. This is my other point. I've noticed that many people unsubscribed from my channel lately when I started recording videos about yoga. And I know this is like a big taboo for many people. So many Christians have been programmed to stay away from yoga. It's just, that's how they've been programmed. Yoga is not good. They don't say why it's not good. They just say, stay away. It's evil. Too bad. It's nothing evil. I mean, I know that most religions have been compromised. Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, all of them has been compromised. But all of them have a seed which is good. They all point that the kingdom of God is within you. They all do say that. So the best knowledge was kept secret. Even my yoga school, I went to yoga school in New Jersey and I spent like $3,000. And they didn't say anything about this Kechari Mudra. Nothing. So they kept it secret. They probably knew it, but they didn't want to share it with me. Maybe at that time I was not ready. You know, everything happens in the right time. But yoga school is for fish, no? So you have to dig deeper. And I found it years later myself. Keep on digging yoga practices, yoga techniques, yoga mudras. I got this nice book written by a female Sanandaji, I think, Saranandaji, Sarananda, Yoga Sarananda. And she has a beautiful way to explain all these different mudras. But even in that book, she didn't have Kechari Mudra. It was only with the fingers. So dig, push until your tongue reaches the goal. Do you think, this is my next point, do you think Vatican or Queen Elizabeth want all your stuff? You know, your car, your house, your children? Because once you register your children with the birth certificate, your car has to be registered, your house, you kind of give away all that stuff. But they don't really want it. Like, if we all get together and bring all this stuff, unnecessary stuff towards their feet, towards their stairs, and just place it there and say, hey, you take it. We don't need it. Do you really think they'll say, oh, thank you. We were waiting for this for so long that you all bring the stuff that we own to us? No, 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 no. Of course not. They don't want any of this stuff. They don't want your children. They don't want your cars. They don't want your houses. They don't want all of it. They don't want all of us. But what they want the control. That's all they want. They don't want us or our stuff. They just want to control us. So, a beautiful phrase by Solzhenitsyn, a Russian escape from USSR. I think he went to United States. Yeah, yeah. So he wrote this phrase: you can maintain the control over people as long as you give them something. Take away everything and you lost the control. And I think that's what is happening right now. People are understanding that they don't really have anything. Everything is owned by Queen or Vatican or whoever those controllers at the top. Because we have to register paperwork, paperwork and more paperwork. And then the top, they can come and take it away. They can send the police or military and take it away. But if we all just say, here, it's not ours, you take it. They don't want it. They just want us to be controlled by it, by this stuff. So when one of my gurus, he was a student of the guru, he said to me, and I remember this story. He said, once you become enlightened, and that's it. They didn't tell me how to. They didn't tell me about Kechari Mudra, that you could touch God with your tongue and become enlightened, because here's the sun shining bright, your internal sun, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. By the way, that movie, do not watch it. I mean, it's a lot of horrible Hollywood movies. They sound like, oh my God, I want to see it, but it corrupts you. Eternal sunshine of your spotless mind is within you, not in the screen of the TV or monitor. So they are losing the control over us. And this story of this guru, once you become enlightened, this person, first thing he did, he gave his whole money away to a homeless person and walked away. And I thought to myself, wow, that's deep. So he gave away everything to a homeless person and just walked away. And that you can do only if you are God, if you are one with God. He practiced the Kechari Mudra, connected to the sun, the third eye, and he knew, he was just so blissed out. And all the powers, like you can probably not eat food, you don't need it. You can teleport your body, you can probably connect with animals very easy. It's all sorts of miracles happen. God is within, so connect. So once again, this is the most important video that you've been waiting for. If you subscribed to my channel a long time ago, you have been waiting for this video, particular one. I hope it goes through the way I intended to, because I know artificial intelligence can modify. It can modify words, it can modify video. It's amazing. Yeah. So let me see if I missed anything. Okay, so a couple tricks that I wrote yesterday when I was doing that marathon of 9 different videos from other YouTubers. It's better to put the chin down. When you put the chin down, your tongue comes up much easier. So it is true, it works. Like when I put my chin down, it's much easier to go higher with the tongue. And surrender. Don't be like, oh, just let go of fear, because you are the one. And then once you are connected to the highest spot, when you're doing the Kechari number 3 or 4, the final stages, you can concentrate on your third eye or Sahasrara, the energy above your head. And that's saliva, like I said, the Amrit, Soma, Rasa. It starts with a taste of salty, and later on it will turn sweet. So don't be upset if it's too salty. Maybe your life has been very salty, somebody insulted you, and then it will turn sweet. So you can observe the third eye as you meditate using that Kechari Mudra. And when you reach to the final point, your miracles will be priceless. The snake will bite you and you will not die. You become deathless, fearless, ageless, any miracles, anything. This saliva, as you grow, as you practice this mudra, it helps the digestion system very much. So continue, don't spit it out. You're wasting it. Swallow it. And this Kechari Mudra helps your nervous system to be reprogrammed. So for example, if you had a lot of trauma in the past, you will reprogram it and you will understand that it's all been done for your good. You had to experience trauma to become who you are. The more trauma, I think, the more powerful you will be. This mudra also helps you to focus, conquer fears, and conquer death. And then you're going to feel later on the electricity within your jaw, within your chin, within your mouth. Once you feel it, it means Kundalini energy from the base of your spine is rising to this point. And we have 33 vertebrae, and that's what the dark Kabbalah or Masons, they use a 33-degree Masons. When they reach to the top level, the energy rises up to the head, to the brain, and then you can connect with your tongue. Once your energy is already here, you connect that energy and you release it into the brain. So it's very, very, very beautiful. And I did mention Ujjayi breath, the hissing sound within your nose. Almost like you're trying to have the mirror in front of you and make it fog with your nose. So you constrict the whispering muscles on the back of your throat, and that's Ujjayi breath. I hope you can hear it. Good. So 2 more points. The tongue always goes the back door. So it never goes forward to the nasal passages, to the nose. It always goes back and back and back, the back of your head. So you always kind of try to reach back as you move up to the highest point. And the last point, Kechari number 4, or some call it Kechari number 5, you cannot breathe. You physically will not be able to breathe. So you take a deep inhale. You push that tongue up and push your stomach inwards. So navel, you push it in almost like you want to touch your spine. And you hold. I don't know what happens after that, but that's what you're supposed to do at the very last stage. But even before you get close to it, you get closer and closer and closer and closer, you feel more happy, lots of joy, and you know you're on the right track. You're doing something miraculous within yourself. You're reconnecting yourself to yourself. Does it make sense? Yeah, you reconnect yourself to your true self. I think that's it. I think I have all my points communicated. If you have any questions, you can email me. You have my email. If you would like to schedule a yoga session with me, you can send me a message as well. And in this video below, you can comment on your findings. If you've been practicing Kechari Mudra for many years, please describe your experience, where you are now, how do you feel, your revelations. And if you never heard of it, start practicing and then notice the difference. How you become new you. New you. So I hope this video really comes out, because it's long and I got the most of my notes. And yeah, please press a like. I know a lot of you do, and I appreciate it. Subscribe and share this video. And if you have extra money, you can donate. I appreciate it. And if not, that's okay. We all gonna end up beautifully in the new age, golden age, where we all co-creators. Co-creators. Think about it. You have to share. You cannot be just one, as many of people would love to, but we are co-creators. So have a wonderful practice. This is a practice. You have to continue this practice. So good luck, and I will see you next time.